So the Wetsounds brand has become synonymous with high performance marine audio. We all know it. We had a chance to sit down with Tim White, the president, and yeah, there's no question about it. They know what they're doing when it comes to marine. So when I heard that all of a sudden they're coming up with another line of products that's going to be introduced into another segment, and by segment I mean outdoor home audio, I gotta admit I had my interest piqued. But having now spoken to Tim on one occasion, I have a feeling that this is about to be pretty hardcore, what we're about to experience here. So without further ado, I'm going to first bring in our representative sales manager, national level for Trends Electronics, Mr. Grant McFadder.
Man, I'm in the middle of unboxing. This stuff just showed up. Perfect timing. Like literally, it just showed up at the warehouse.
Literally just show up for this session live.
Literally live at the back door. So I had to run down and get it. So check out the packaging, man. That's nice. Look at that.
Look at that. So okay, Wetsounds Venue Series. That's what we're talking. That's what's on the menu.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a home audio product, but I wanted to bring it in the car audio side because I think there's a bit of a crossover going to happen here. For the last 15 years, Wetsounds has sold a lot of product, and I think the people that have it on their boats would probably like it somewhere else in their toys or their lake country homes or stuff like that. So I think there's going to be a lot of crossover. That's why I wanted to bring it on here. Look at me, I'm out of breath, man.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Run up and down the stairs, and this shit's heavy.
I have no idea what we're about to experience or go through. I had not been privy. These guys haven't even sent us a present. I have no clue what they're about to put on screen.
It just came in.
And you literally just got it. So
literally, just here.
Here you go. Okay, well, you know what? Let's bring on the man himself. The myth, the man, the legend himself. Tim White, president of Wetsounds. Welcome again to CMA Industry Week.
Howdy.
Okay, so Grant's got a white one. You got a black one in front of you. We're here talking about Wetsounds, but we're not talking about the marine environment.
No, we're going to talk about the new Venue Series. And the Venue Series, and the reason we call it the Venue Series is think of it as a live music venue. That's the type of experience that we're bringing to the home or sports bar like commercial, because it does have a lot of crossover in that as well. The main thing that we were looking at doing in a new category of product to the home market. There is a ton of background audio outdoor speakers. They're available everywhere, and they're designed specifically for that background listening. There isn't anything for truly live music, having a party, really having a product that can perform when you have a pool with waterfalls and fire bowls and water features, and you got a lot of stuff going on.
Tiki bar.
Screaming girls in a pool.
Yep. So what we set out is taking our pro audio technology that we've been doing for the last 15 years in the marine market and develop a product specifically for the home market that's going to give you that live music experience. But we didn't want to just do Wetsounds. We wanted to do something completely different. So this is a product that's loud and clear. The sound quality is unmatched. It's a product that plays loud, but it's very rich, very full sounding. It's a completely different driver design that's in our tower product. This is not just our tower speakers stuck in a housing. We've developed this over the course of a few years, been working on this. This is a completely new driver. It is an 8-inch four-loaded compression driver. It is a different driver than what's in our Rev 8 tower product. This is using a shared magnet system, where on the tower product we have a separate magnet for the mid bass and a separate magnet for the compression driver. This one's sharing the Gauss between both the compression driver and the mid bass driver. It's a larger magnet, single magnet, and the horn architecture is shorter. So it has a wide, narrower throw, where on the tower speaker, we're designed to project farther. So this one opens up closer where you're going to be listening in on a home environment.
All right, let me just connect the dots so that the dealers understand the mindset behind this. So, in our earlier session, you explained to us a little bit of your background, in pro audio. So,
Right.
my immediate reaction to this is this just a pro audio type speaker that's being adapted with weatherproof features, or how? That's my question.
Yeah, and one of the things, we've got a lot of friends in the industry, and we've been on the home side, car side, pro side. I'd always wanted to get back into the home side. Was doing product development on home audio before Wetsounds, so this has kind of always been one of our passions and wanting to get back into that home side. And we looked at the market, talked to a lot of dealers, and there is that typical home, and then there is the pro stuff. Problem with the pro stuff is you're looking at large, very boxy, very industrial looking. There was nothing really in between. So this has that pro sound blended with the home sound. So it's not as aggressive as a conventional pro sound. It's not as big. It's not as bulky. So it's kind of a new category. That's why we say, venue. It's a live music venue at home.
Love the name. Love the name. Okay. Do we want to get into the presentation now, Tim, or?
Sure. Yeah, we can run through some of the feature sets on it. And the one that I'm holding, the one that Grant's holding, is the VS8 Pro. This is an 8-inch driver available in black or white. And if you can see, pop back over to my screen. It's going to be a little difficult to see, but I'll bring it a little closer. If you can see that rectangle driver.
Yep.
There's one on both sides. We call it reaction technology. That is an aluminum passive radiator with a Santoprene rubber surround on opposing sides of the housing. So the housing has dual passive radiators built into it. When you mount this under an eave, you've got your woofer firing forward. You have your passives loading off of an eave and down firing. So your bass response out of a compact cabinet like this is a tremendous bass response. So where a typical outdoor speaker, you'll see just a sealed speaker, or if you see a ported speaker, dirt, grime, water, moisture, everything will get inside that ported housing. So this one gives you that output of a ported housing while staying completely sealed. We've taken a step further and created the sides to really have a flush integrated look. You pop off the side panels, and it has the mounting locations for our bracket. We have a swivel bracket that allows you to mount it in either location, and you can swivel. So the VS8 Pro has a little brother, and we call him the VS8 6.9. And the VS6.9 is using a 6x9 style driver. And we wanted to do a small, as we mentioned earlier on the earlier presentation on the marine side, we have the undergunnel 6x9. So we have our tooling and our frames. So we started working and playing around with a lot of our drivers. And the compression driver with a 6.5 and smaller drivers is very difficult. You wind up attenuating the compression driver and almost defeat the purpose of having a compression driver. So we started playing around with a new driver using that frame tooling that we had already built, and really found a really nice sounding balanced speaker in the 6.9. What we did with the 6.9 is, if you see on the bottom, it has a single aluminum passive radiator, where the 8s has dual. Same functionality on the sides, hidden mounting hardware for the bracket, same functionality on the back. So just a smaller version. You can surface mount these. I'll go into the presentation where you can landscape these as well. So 6x9 has kind of dual placement options. The 8's really more of a surface mount under eaves, conventional outdoor location.
It's like the little baby brother, really.
Yes.
It fits into more compact spaces, no doubt.
I got a chance to hear these my last road trip before we got locked down. I was in Houston, and they were just getting their pre-production samples in to test them out, and they gave me a demo, and I was absolutely floored. I heard the 8-inch one with the dual passives, and the back of their warehouse, they got a testing area, and we stepped at the back of it. It's probably about 30-40 feet back from these speakers, and it was like standing second row of a concert. It was, but it's not just loud, it's clear. It's not like you're getting ear fatigue, because it's just this, like you're getting at a concert, you would get ear fatigue, from the compression drivers there, but this is, and this rotational 12-inch. So that was just the 8-inch with the dual passives, and it was impressive, man. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the things that we concentrate on is loud and clear. So we always say, loud's easy to do. If you want it really loud, you can put some big compression drivers, some big PA mid-bass drivers, and it can play loud. Clear is pretty easy to do. Make a very linear sounding speaker, but it's not going to play real loud. Smaller voice coil, very linear, sounds nice to your ear. Walk between loud and clear is where we always focus our energy, is to get something that plays at the volume that customers want, that can overcome or the ambient noise in a home environment with pools and people and a party. And what we found was, a lot of these other little landscape systems or outdoor, they sound fine and they sound good up until that level. The moment that you have a party, or you have some people over, or you're running the hot tub, you can't hear the speakers anymore. So our goal with the venue is always loud and clear. Sounds good. Loud's no good if it doesn't sound good. So these speakers, as Grant was saying, is very, very impressive. Sound really super clean, real rich, real full. A lot of mid-bass out of it, which is what a lot of guys are looking for. But then you have that live music sound with the compression. Over the years is we've created some filtering to really remove those unwanted frequencies. And I say unwanted in terms of these that affect your ear, your inner ear. You go to that concert and you get that, he hits a guitar riff and you get it, that one got me. So we concentrate on our driver material and our crossovers to really filter out some of those. A lot of guys are doing that, active DSPing. You go to a concert and there's a guy running a mixing board with full DSP suite that they're making sure. So we're trying to do that for you, where you plug these in, plug and play. They're going to sound beautiful no matter what.
All right. So are there two speakers?
Yeah. What we've done is a 12-inch bandpass enclosure, and to right here. So it's a burial sub. Now, are like a tube, so they have sideways. With this one, you just dig a small hole. Not going to be able to plant much plants or large plants because you've got this giant. Port tube. We concentrated on getting as small as we could without any port noise or turbulence, but build bare smaller cap so you could actually put some plants near it.
This, yeah.
It sounds like in an outdoor environment. Yeah. Right, let's keep it going. All right, let's go.
Oh, 110 to 240 on that amplifier. Enclosure. You mount this to the outside of the house. Has a temperature controlled fan. You got the house. If you want to have an electrician come, your speaker wire out here with the waterproof connectors, and this mounts on the more, capability to have a sure.
I'm gonna have to put rack mounts where my home stereo.
50 to 70. Again, we're bringing that speakers.
On this.
The that. We've done it on a couple of evaluations. Decorative with area there and a perfect put them around around the house out by to your neighbor. Once party start there, give them the pro package. You got 212s, 2 of the 6.9s, and an amp. He's good to go. Also add again.
I'm just saying, just looking at this pro package here, I mean, that must
On the something different and something that has next level. everybody said, I could have done 4 of your 12s instead of 4 of these 10s and 8 satellites and got the guy.
This product screams end COVID because
for fun. But on a serious note, from a business side now,
Commercial, most run small background music, but we have seen a lot of guys. Smaller form factor. If you will, it's a little prosumer. Yeah,
I like that, prosumer. Yeah. Years. Both, 12-volt side and from
our reps and our home reps fighting over who gets to sell it.
Yeah, so, I was just going to say that's probably going to happen. Well, boat dock,
yep,
yacht club, whatever.
You can have your A-link from your boat tied to your
as you walk off the boat into your backyard.
Yeah.
It's endless.
And this isn't just for the loud guy. It actually sounds really good at low volumes. This isn't it's not volume 11 all the time. You can play this at moderate volumes and still have really good
Tim must be reading my mind.
That's exactly what we set out to do, because and over the years, that's where we've continued to engineer our products to, like I said earlier, walk that fine line, sound good at lower volumes, but still play really loud. And that was the most important point that Grant just said, is that this product sounds really good at lower to medium volumes. You don't have to rip the knob off. You can, but that's the cool thing about it. Where other systems, you're always left wanting more. We can give you the more, but you don't always have to have it to get it to sound where you want it.
So you just read my mind, obviously, because we were talking about home integration and automation and how Trends is, pretty much very heavily involved. And I see a very thin looking application loudspeaker, and I'm going to guess it's got something to do with in-wall.
Yes, so you were just talking about the marine side, and with Grant, we've got the marine side and the home side. This is a shallow in-ceiling that was a request really for us with a bunch of our yacht builders. We have a lot of OEM boat builders from all types of boats, from wakeboard, wake surf, towboats to pontoon boats to runabouts to yachts and sport fish. So the yacht builders are very limited on their depth, and they were using Wetsounds outside these yachts. And they said, hey, they heard we were working on the venue, and they said, hey, can you make us something shallow? We're using whatever product, it's not loud enough, or it doesn't hold up because it's not marine grade. So we're having to use a home audio product. So the shallow mount 6.5 is super shallow. We did a really cool powder coat process for a 1,000-hour UV test. So even though you have your conventional magnetic grill, it is built for the saltwater environment. So you have a super shallow in ceiling, completely integrated. It's got a dog ear mounting system. So what we look at this is a shallow in ceiling for your patio. It could be a speaker inside your shower because it's built for a moist environment, or for your big boat cruisers inside the yacht, state cabins. So this one really crosses over a lot of areas. We've got some of the yacht builders guys have done a couple installs just recently in Texas, videos saying, hey, it's the best sounding system they've done to date inside these boats. They're just lining the whole inside of the yacht with these.
Go to town with a bunch of shallow mounts. Yes, sir.
So then just another little widget. So we were talking about the 6.9. The 6.9 has an optional spike, so you can put it by itself in the landscape. So really heavy duty, robust spike. There we go. So heavy duty. A lot of the other spikes on the market are really small. Speaker always winds up. So we did a tapered approach, a really stout spike. And that is if you want to install the 6.9 in the landscape, not necessarily piggyback to the sub. So you've got a couple of mounting options. The 6.9 you can put on the wall like a surface mount. You can put on a spike like a landscape, or you can piggyback it on the sub.
That's Wetsounds. You should call that thing a harpoon. Look at that thing, man. You can kill a whale with that. It's crazy.
All right.
So, there's the first product offerings of the Venue series. We are very serious about this category. I'll put it that way. We will continue to develop and expand the Venue series. We wanted to do what we did on the marine side, start with game-changing, start with innovative, and continue to fill out the line as we go. But yeah, for the guys that have heard it as a grant, I mean, it's next level. It's really exciting. Hope you don't have neighbors, kind of thing. So, yeah. We'll have some stuff for people with neighbors, put it that way. But yeah.
So smaller aperture stuff down the road.
Yeah, down the road, because you're realizing that on a really big high output system, it is, and again, this is not inexpensive gear, so we realize that is a very small niche. We feel that it's very needed, and a lot of the dealers that we've talked to have been begging and waiting for something of this caliber for the home market. As I mentioned, some of the guys were using these small aperture landscape systems, and it was not enough. And I've talked to other dealers that are like, man, I'm having to put these big Pro Sound and build a box and grill cloth and custom paint them to try to hide them. So it was very labor intensive. They're like, hey, we want something like this that's smaller but has the output. So there is definitely a market, for these guys that are looking for this type of product. But we realize that is one part of the market. There's the home side. There's a lot of different products. So we got some cool things in the works as always.
Just if we can maybe just spitball some ideas here based on what you've shared. Obviously the home market. You get somebody who's got a big backyard or maybe facing some water. That's the obvious application. But what about like venues or hotels that have the space outside that might be for live performances or small? I'm not talking big venues.
Yeah.
I'm talking the smaller venues that don't necessarily want to look like they just put up a road show. You know what I mean? Permanent installation that could blend with the environment. I think this definitely meets that type of demand.
Yeah, that'd be a great application for it. I've seen a couple of those where they've got the long column speakers and they're built in, and the guy can jack in his MacBook and DJ, or he can jack in his guitar. We were at a venue the other day, and it's, of course, my wife always knows. She looks at me and she's like, oh, that sounds horrible. Yeah, I noticed that 2 seconds in. So there's a market for that, because everywhere I go, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
You can just tell when I give her that look, like, yeah, I know it sounds bad. Yeah. So,
yeah, and a lot of these cooler like hip restaurants and stuff like that. They want background music when you're having dinner. But a lot of them, come 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they turn into the nightclub, right? So
supper club is the term.
Two different. Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called? I'm not that hip.
Supper club. Neither am I. But last time I checked, it was called a supper club.
Yeah. So I mean, those types of places, brew houses, anything like that, where you want to have the volume at a moderate level, and then when it empties out or it's parties, 9, 10 o'clock at night, let it rip. You got the same system, does both.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking beyond that, ski resorts. I'm thinking just all. This is really, I mean, because really you were right, Tim. You nailed it on the head when you said it was either those really like high end, like outdoor speakers, but really those are meant for ambient noise, ambient sounds.
Yep.
Right. Even the small ones that hang up the little bracket, those have been around forever, but ambient sounds, no bass, no lower frequency response, and not really there for you to say, oh, there's a speaker there. You just kind of want to hear it in the background. Or like you said, you go to this big pro setup, you got the electro voices and the huge towers and the cabinets and the amp racks, and not always efficient or what's the word I'm looking for? Appropriate for the setting. Right. So it's very interesting that you've come up with this new category that exists, but it didn't exist.
Yeah, well, we hope that this is the creation of a new category, and the guys, everybody that's heard it so far has been blown away, and we've got some friends in the industry that we gave some prototypes to, and all their neighbors want it, so that's a good sign. Because they were demoing them in their own system and brought their neighbors over. So we've done a lot of market research, and everybody is just. I got some friends that are putting them into their machine shop because they had just some normal speakers and they couldn't hear it over the CNC machines, but they wanted to have some audio playing. So there's just it keeps going in terms of places that we find it going into, and like you said, ski resorts, waterproof, weather resistant, designed for the elements. So
it's all there.
The product really fits a lot.
I got one more because I can't stop once I start. I got one more for you. You know what you need to come up with? The ultimate tailgate pack.
Well, we got the cooler.
No, you got the cooler. I'm talking you set up, you pull it out, and you've got your venue speakers, sub, and you just plug it into your car.
Oh, there you go, like a big party,
almost could.
Big time party tailgate, yeah.
You want a big party, you know what I'm saying? Big barbecue, big tailgate. That's the setup right there.
That would be cool. Oh yeah.
Because other than that, what are you gonna do? You can do a sound system in your truck, and yeah, you could. It's not the same thing.
Not the same thing, yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyways, that's just me floating ideas. Grant, where do you see this going in Canada?
Well, we're going to try and make this as easy as possible for people to get this in their showrooms. Obviously, the first thing is to let our reps hear this, because as far as I know, I'm the only one that's heard it out of the Trends team. So they brought all this product in based on me saying, yeah, it's badass. So I'm not worried about it. The stuff's rocks. But the biggest thing is getting it in front of dealers so they can hear it. So we're going to make it real easy to get in front of people. We're going to do a minimum 25% off their opening orders with these to get them in the stores, and up to 50% on their demo unit off. So we'll get those details out to those dealers interested in it. We sent out a constant contact email on this, I think about a month and a half ago, maybe. And I think there was over 300 people opened it and clicked on the attachment. So lots of interest. I mean, like I said, there's lots of Me Too product out there. This stands on its own. It's taking names. It's going to kick some ass for sure.
Very, very cool. Any last message you'd like to send out to our Canadian dealers, Tim?
No, I just want to say thank y'all for the time, and I really look forward to hopefully getting up and seeing y'all. I remember these other trade shows. I used to be up there with Grant every year and doing the trainings and the shows in person, and I miss those days. So hopefully soon can get up there and come visit some of the dealers and check out maybe a new venue install.
Ooh,
hey,
nice.
I'm gonna put him on the spot here. This is total off the cuff, but I'm gonna put him on the spot so he can't say no. He's live on camera.
Yeah.
So hey, listen, this is a car audio thing, right? So how about we give a set of VS8 Pros away as a grand prize at the end? So what we're gonna do is every order we get from now till April 9th, which is our cutoff for the industry week, We'll do a random draw on every order. We'll make it blind, so we're only going to attach an invoice number to a piece of paper like the Orca guys did in a box. And on April 9th, we'll do a live drawing. Can we do a CMA thing maybe, Ben? You got something April 9th?
I'm sure we'll figure something. I have no idea.
Figure something out. We'll do a live drawing for a set of VS8 Pros. How's that?
That'll work. I'm down for that.
So I go 50, you go 50. There you go.
That'll work.
Well, the deal just happened, folks. Here you have it.
Yeah.
Get your order on with Trends Electronics, and you might just be the lucky owner of a brand.
And it's on all our products, not just Wetsounds. It's on every single thing on this week. You bet.
Sounds good. Tim?
Cool.
The man, the myth, the legend. I appreciate your attendance and your participation. We look forward to having you again on a future CMA episode.
For sure. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Take
Cheers.
care, Tim. Love you, buddy.
See you, bud.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that brand and that whole venue thing. I was not ready for that. I think you got something in your hands there.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's different. Like I said, we got to get it out to the masses so that they can hear it, because it is unreal. It's phenomenal sounding product. And
just wrapping up Wetsounds in general, the guys behind it, they're passionate. Their ideas come from a place that is fueled by passion. There's no question in my mind. I think anybody watching these sessions with Tim will recognize that.
Well, they live, eat, and this stuff, right? I mean, they're thinking up ideas. They're out on their side-by-sides going, hey, I wish I had better tunes in here, and maybe they got a rigid light bar up, and hey, we could make that a sound bar. They come up with really cool ideas, or they smoke a lot of weed and think of stuff. I don't know what they do. But
dude, I don't even know. But I saw that thing. I'm like, what is he putting on the table? And then I realized when
I went downstairs to grab it, I go, what the hell am I going to go grab? This thing's huge. This is one of them, man. This is huge.
Let's see it one more time.
Crazy.
Let's see it one more time.
Look at that. Look at that packaging, man. It's like, this is retail friendly. You can put that on the retail floor and, stack one of the speakers on top of it. Let me see if I can lift this without putting my back out again.
Don't hurt yourself now.
No, it's not that heavy.
Okay. It's a good looking piece though.
Yeah, and even the logo, like I don't know if you can maybe zoom on this one here. I just noticed that the logo's on the wrong way, but it's not, because you can rotate it.
Of course,
so you can hang it vertically, or you can move it around right side up, or I'm upside down on my side. But
yeah, we get the point.
You get the picture. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Fit and finish is really nice.
All I'm excited is hear it. I love to hear those. Interesting. All right, bud.
Party at Ben Wu's house.
Yeah, if you guys
September 1st.
Got a big old pool, can fit everybody.
Everyone's vaccinated. Pool party.
Oh yeah, pool party. If you can come if you bring me a set of those speakers.
We can talk about it. You pay for the flight. I'll bring the speakers.
Always a negotiation. Grant, thank you so much, man.
No problem, buddy.
Cheers. So there you have it. Wetsounds and President Tim White introducing their brand new venue series of outdoor party speakers, I guess. No, it's more than that. Great solution, full package. Congratulations to the Wetsounds team for that. That's it for another session. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.